Hey all you weebs, and welcome to my review of the King of Fighters 98 Unlimited match. Please ignore my fan in the background. It is summer, and it is super hot this week, and I cannot live without that fan, otherwise I will die of overheat exhaustion. Well, Cecilia, you're already setting yourself up to be the next PewDiePie. Anywho, this is actually my favorite fighting game. I'll just get that straight off the ground. Oh my gosh, this review is starting out really bad. I have no clue how I'm supposed to talk. So, starting out with story, well, there is no story, but hey, who needs one when the game is super fun? And I think I just unintentionally rhymed, but whatever. And now I can't say whatever without just thinking of Squall. Thanks, Avi. But seriously though, it'll always be my belief with a fighting game that you don't necessarily need a story for it to be good. Granted, a good story can always help my enjoyment, but a story that is non-existent won't hurt it. It's certainly better than a boring story. I'm looking at you, Nitro Plus heroines. So when it comes to gameplay, this game plays, well, really well. The controls are responsive, characters are all fun to play as, and the moves are fun to pull off. Though granted, since I'm dumb, I still have trouble pulling off said moves. Difficulty-wise, it's an SNK game, meaning that in the arcade, the final boss took me like 30 continues. I don't know, maybe I just suck at games. Well, I mean, I already did know that. As for characters, you have quite a large playable cast. I pretty much like every character who is playable, which is always a good thing. And for the most part, all the characters are really well balanced. Though my boyfriend has told me in the past that I am pretty cheap when I play as Gonits. Sa, kami ni inori nasai. And there is one character in this cast who makes it absolutely amazing. Insert Cecilia's Krauser back in here. I'm sorry, I'm very autistic. But yes, Krauser is husbando personified, and I freaking love him so much. Yo, SNK, here's a suggestion. I can't say suggestion. Freaking lisp. I wonder if they're gonna take my advice now that I'm super unprofessional. Make these videos for fun, okay? But yeah, so, Krauser, DLC please, for, the next DLC set. Don't just forget about your OC characters. Krauser is my boy. When it comes to art, it is really good. Sprites look nice, character portraits look nice, and win posts look nice. Oh yeah, and speaking of win stuffs, the win quotes are all great, for the most part. Particular shout out to Kyo's, because while he sounds like an asshole, it's really fitting for Kyo. And hey, it reminds me of Avi, and that always helps. Speaking of character portraits, bless Shinkiro, his art is absolutely amazing. He's only one of my top favorite artists ever. So when it comes to sound, it's also really great. While most of the songs are just reused from previous games, they're still phenomenal. Voice acting is also really great. And hey, it's Mimi! And I have nothing wrong with things being Mimi, as long as the memes are good. And SNK memes are usually good memes, unlike whatever normie shit is coming out today. My only real gripe with the sound is the fact that Mr. Big doesn't say blaster in this game. Seriously, that alone is one of the most autistic things I've ever heard a character say. Blaster. So, seeing as this is a fighting game, what's it like online? Well, that's kind of a hard question to answer. At first, when I was playing it with Avi while we were messaging each other on Discord, it was lagging a lot, but it never really glitched from what I remember. However, once I started playing the game over voice, it stopped lagging since I believe Discord has something to do with the game lagging while online, but there was this weird thing where it would do this really weird glitch. I found that it was most common in the stage that takes place in America, and my theory behind that is because Duck King's autism is so strong that the servers can't handle it. So basically what happens is that one of the players' characters won't start responding at all on the other person's end. This basically means that both of your characters will win, since it's not going to be the same game on both sides. There's also a number of times where it's gotten the character that you choose wrong on the other person's end. Once I was playing as Orochi, and he made the remark, "Hey, you're pretty good with Benimaru," and I was like, "Wait, what?" I'm playing as Orochi, not Benimaru. There's this other time where I think he was playing as the New Face team, but it ended up that he was playing as Yashiro, Billy, and Blue Mary, if I remember correctly. My memory isn't the best, though. But hey, even if it glitches, this is still a really fun game. It may also have something to do with my internet, but the community for SNK games is so small that it's really hard to find any sort of resource for them besides the wiki. So if you know what's going on, feel free to comment or something like that. It's weird because I once played this game over Discord messaging another friend of mine and it didn't glitch then. Does it have to do with the fact that I'm on my phone calling Avi? Because I could swear that my phone was a separate sort of entity going by connection than my internet. And I'm not using Skype or anything. Though I will say that even if it does glitch, this game is incredibly fun to play online, and it never gets old. But besides said glitches, this game is perfect. This is without a doubt my favorite fighting game. Yes, well, it was technically my first, unless you want to count Alice Senki, the Toho Fighters, and Smash Bros. It's still really, really fun to play. I highly recommend it to anybody. Well, that's all I got for now. Sorry that this review was a bit shorter than usual, by the way. Though I hope you still did enjoy it. Why do I now sound like a typical YouTuber? I am not a typical YouTuber. I'm actually Cecilia is a weeb, and I review weeb stuff that I use by making my tablet. Wow, I cannot talk, can I? Also, my autism levels are super duper powerful. Well, that's all for now. Bye, weebs.